as you can see, I'm back. Probably no one missed me, but before anyone says it, I know it's been quite a long time with no upload. I know life really loves to mess with your plans of life. Thankfully, I don't have a huge following, so hopefully not that many people will be disappointed with how long I've taken to upload some new content. Anywho, onto video. So, as you can see, I have a speed paint of this beautiful fairy, which is made by ledahavasi on Instagram, which is a draws in your style from a while ago because I'm never up to date with draws in your style challenges. So, yeah, you'll see her slowly get created, and I was inspired by the watercolor texture of the original, which I'll put up in a moment. And it's a fairy, and I've actually never drawn a fairy. So yeah, that was fun. Anywho, as you can probably tell from the title, I hope I put it right. I will be talking about my experience in DCP, which stands for Disney College Program. So yeah, it's my experience in the magical, wonderful, exciting world of Disney. If you don't know about Disney, where have you been? Since the beginning of time, I guess. So, specifically, program the most American collegiates are familiar with, and they pretty much have the university market cornered with how many partners they have across the nation. So, no doubt you already have an idea what it is. Still, as a little backstory for context, I'll explain what it entails. The DCP is a program where undergrad and recently graduated students can apply to an internship at Disney World Resort in Florida or California, although recently it's been for Florida because of the C word. Usually in positions like custodian, character attendant, or beverage, housekeeping. There's quite a lot of jobs you can place that, but you can't really choose one and be done with it. They usually have you pick 3 positions you'd like, and maybe, just maybe, you get your first choice. But more often than not, people would get their last choice, or worse, something they completely did not want at all. You get to live and work within close proximity to other cast members, aka other workers, employees, or people in the college program, in a dorm type of living situation, very much like college, I guess. So, and which it's completely new and foreign to me. Transportation is provided as well, unless you were lucky enough to live nearby and just bring your own vehicle. So, yeah, that's pretty much the college program. You're basically there for half a year. Some people even choose to extend their stay for the rest of the year. Couldn't be me though. It all sounds well and good, and it is for some people. The process of applying and being interviewed more times than one was definitely stressful and very rigorous for what I thought it was gonna be. They really wanted to test if you were right for the company, working for the mouse. So, usually people don't pass their first interview, which is like a test online, which most people are very familiar with nowadays. And I passed the test, and I was like, what? I honestly thought I was gonna fail because I always expect the worst. And then came the dreaded phone interview. Oh my god. I prepped so hard for that phone interview. I even made a whole, like a potential questions they would ask and what I would, basically just to write out what my answers would be. and basically I was like ultra preparing myself. I even made this whole document just to basically write out like what I would say in kind of in a general sense, because I was like, I know what they want to hear, you know, like it's Disney, they want to hear the magical stuff, you know. So I made a whole document, and only like out of like the 5 questions I wrote down, literally the 2 of them were the ones that I managed to get asked. And I thought I floundered, honestly. I was like very nervous. I'm not good at talking on the phone, so I was very nervous, and I thought I completely failed the phone interview. But surprise, surprise, I got in. I got the email for the offer, and like I said, I got the front desk position. I didn't know where. I didn't get that far. Because a few weeks after, I even paid the housing fees, which you have to pay like housing fee and participation fee. So I paid that. I literally put the money down like so quickly. And then around like February, everyone knows what happened during March Madness. That's what happened. And yeah, basically they canceled the college program because of, you know, the world kind of going crazy. So I was really disappointed. I was like, I lost my chance, because I was already graduated, and they have like a time limit of when after how many months after graduation you can apply and you're eligible, which is like 6 months, but they changed that to like a year recently, so that's good for people. So yeah, I was super disappointed. I thought I ruined, you know, I didn't ruin, but like my chances were ruined to get into the college program, and never know what actually goes on in there, you know. So yeah, the year passed. A lot of things happened, you know. A lot of moving, a lot of trying to find my luck somewhere. And finally, I came down to Florida, coincidentally, with my family, and it, like a few months into my stay in Florida, they said they were opening up Disney again, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, too bad I can't go to the college program. And then they mentioned that the people that couldn't get in because of the pandemic last year didn't have to do the whole process again if they got accepted last year. And I was like, oh, and I got an email saying that I was invited to apply again. And I was like, oh my god, I have my chance again. I can finally go into the college program. I was so excited. I did it almost immediately. Like, I applied so quickly, and obviously I was already accepted, so they had my stuff on file, I guess, and they were like, yeah, you're good to go. And I was set to go to, the earliest was like June 21st, I think. And I was so hyped, and I was so happy because I didn't have to fly all the way from where I was when I first got accepted. I was already in Florida, so I was like, great, I don't have to go on a plane. And I was like, I was about 40 minutes away from Orlando, so it was super close, and I was so happy. So definitely I was like, heck yeah. The only caveat was that I didn't get the same role or job position as I got last year. It was gonna be completely random. And I basically could either accept it or decline it and not go. So I was like, okay, what are they giving me? And when they sent me the email, I got a house person. And I was not sure about what that meant. I was like, house person? What is that? So, for anyone that doesn't know, house person is kind of like a ladder rung below housekeeper. Basically, house person gets stuff for the housekeeper. And I was like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. You know, I was like, great, you know, it's not that bad. It's fine. Well, little did I know the scale of what that would entail. So, I get to Orlando, I move in, I meet my dorm mates. Oh, and by the way, there's a brand new dorm campus, and it was literally the coolest place I've ever lived at for the time that I was there. It was so brand new. It was like literally super modern, super cool. It was honestly the best part of the program. Spoiler, that was the best part of the program. So I meet all my dorm mates, and I'm sharing a room with my housemate, apartment mate, whatever, and she's super nice. I've never cohabited a room with someone I didn't know, so that was super awkward for me because I'm not that social. I'm very introverted, and she's very extroverted, and I was like, wow, we're like polar opposites here. So, but my other housemate, the one that was in the other room, she was like the coolest person I've ever met. We really like, as two people that were not inherently white, we got along super well. Basically we became best friends, and to this day I still wish I could have stayed just for her, but you know, I can't really go back, sadly. So yeah, I moved in, went through traditions, which is like a welcoming sort of meeting thing. It's like they put all of the people together and they're like, hey, you're working now for Disney and this is how it's gonna be. And I'm like, cool. Give us our ears. We got our name tags, which was really exciting. It was like a rite of passage or something. And it was really fun. It was really great. The first week or two, it was just like getting to know everyone. Everyone was so friendly. Oh my god. I literally never got like the college dorm experience because I went to college and I had my own apartment that I shared with other people, but I didn't, you know, it wasn't that type of vibe. So it was really cool, and like it was almost a culture shock because I had never really interacted with people, especially after, you know, the whole of 2020 isolation. I mean, I was already pretty isolated before, so it wasn't that different, but it was really different seeing how people socialize. So that took some getting used to because everyone just kind of like was so open to like conversation, and it was really interesting. It was very interesting. And for sure it was quite the experience, let's just say that. So after first few weeks, I finally go to the parks. I didn't get in though because we did not have our employee self what they call it. It's basically a ticket, for like a free ticket to go to Disney whenever you want. And the thing about that was that before the pandemic, people could just go at any time, any day. You could go whenever you wanted. But because of the capacity and Disney being like partially open and people coming out of quarantine and all that, there were a lot of people, and so they gave priority to the paying guests than to the cast members that were staying there. So we had to schedule our outings, and even then we couldn't do it in the first week because we hadn't started working. So that was a bummer. But we went resort hopping, my housemates and I, and it was so fun. I have pictures with them. I took the monorail for the first time. That was so fun. just the monorail was like a ride for me, to be honest. So I had never been to Disney, so everything was so shiny and new, and well, shiny and new in the way that I had never seen it before, but it was kind of, it felt a little dated. Like the signs to get to Disney, it felt like it was stuck in like the late 90s. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess they haven't really updated their designs, I guess. I don't know, maybe they're new. But I couldn't tell you if it was, because I've never been there before then. So we went resort hopping. I went to the Grand Floridian. That was the first resort we went to, and that was the only one we went to. We couldn't go to anywhere else because they were all under maintenance, I guess you could say. Like the monorail didn't get to them, so we really couldn't go to any other resort. But the Grand Floridian, holy cow, that place is grand. When it says grand, it is grand, like grandiose. It was so pretty. Pictures of like, I have pictures of the chandelier. It was breathtaking, to be honest. Like, and it's so funny, like, I felt so underdressed. I was in shorts and then sneakers, and this place was like, I felt like I was supposed to be in like high dress, like dressed up like a Victorian debutante. But it really was mad. Like I'm smiling just thinking about seeing it for the first time. And my seasoned housemates were just kind of like, ew, this is nice. And I was like in awe, just like jaw dropped, like, this is amazing. And yeah, it was just Disney everywhere. Like, obviously it's Disney World. What did I expect? Yeah, we just toured the open to the public areas of the resort. And we actually saw a wedding carriage. Cinderella's wedding carriage, drawn by white horses and people in coattails. It was literally like, this is so magical, this is amazing, you know? It was out of this world. So anyway, glitz and glamour, that's all good. So after that, a few days after, it was time for training, and that went all right. That was pretty good. And then I went on the tour to where I worked at, which was Animal Kingdom Lodge in Animal Kingdom. And wow, Disney really loves to theme everything, because I went there and I felt like I really was in an African country. It was so freaking cool. And I got to see all the animals. They were not predators, it was just prey animals. So that was fun. A lot of giraffes, zebras, like antelopes, gazelles. It was so freaking cool. But something I noticed on my first day there, which I was kind of dreading, was how massive the place was. I come from somewhere that the places, some of them are big, yeah, but the scale of things is pretty normal to me, which is pretty small compared to how huge this resort is. I think that the lady that was training us said that the hallways in total were like 3 miles long. And we had to walk that every day, up and down, multiple times, back and forth. And I will say this now, I don't like doing exercise. I suck at it. I have asthma. I was not having it. And then add to that, we couldn't use like the air-conditioned hallways. We had to use the almost underground, outdoor, sort of humid tunnels beneath the resort. And let's just say walking through that place back and forth to get stuff, I contemplated things in my head while walking and sweating and hyperventilating that I have never thought about in my life. I was miserable every time I went to work. I was like in such a bad mood that I literally had never been in such a bad mood in my life when I was in this place. I literally was smiling fakely at everyone and everything. Not even the animals were making me happy, and I love animals. Like, literally they were the only thing that made me not feel miserable, was looking at a giraffe eating some leaves. But needless to say, I did not last in that job. I did not. I tried doing counseling. I tried advising, someone giving me advice from their like people there, like the supervisors and stuff. But to be quite honest, I told them that I was having panic attacks like multiple times a day, and like crying, and I don't think it's normal to be like that in a mental, like ruining your mental health and stability just because you're at Disney. Like, it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm feeling that terrible about where I am and what I'm doing, I shouldn't be there. And I told him, I was like, if you can move me somewhere where maybe like it's less hectic and I would probably be better off. They legitimately, they just said, yeah, well, we can't do that. You know, like, they were so, like, laissez-faire about, like, yeah, no, panic attacks, you know, that's like, whatever, you know, and I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm literally on the I'm literally crying. I was crying to the manager as I talked about how I felt. And he was so just like, yeah, I mean, yeah. Sometimes you feel a little tired and you just gotta push through it. And I was like, after that conversation, I really was like, yeah, I don't really think this is gonna work out. Like, I knew myself enough that I was like, I'm not gonna be able to go through with this, for sure. And so I made the decision, and I self-terminated myself. So I know that it's almost like people treat it as like the biggest like final thing you can do. Like they even said when I was like when I expressed why I wanted to leave, they were like, I mean, you're not gonna be able to be hired after like you're gonna be on a higher restriction. And I was like, lady, do you think I want to be hired here after what I've been through and how I feel? You're sorely mistaken. Like in my head I was like, yeah, I don't really care, I'm not gonna come back. But even after all that, I do still miss the people. You know, my housemates, they were the best part. They were so nice, they were so friendly. We had our differences, of course, we're not perfect, but I really came out. I went in not expecting much, but I definitely came out with a new friend, and I was so happy. I mean, we still talk, you know, we text, we call each other. She's definitely the best thing that came out of this experience, and I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for that. And you know, I had the experience. I can say safely that I tried. I can safely say that I tried. I saw how it was. Because of the circumstances, things were different. Obviously, everything's different after 2020. But, you know, it just wasn't for me. And that's fine. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the art, and if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.